great thing is, here it is, 3:47 in the morning, and it's extremely quiet. The highway. That's the wonderful thing about being up at this time. I don't know, man. I wound up falling asleep early last night. Didn't even realize it. Didn't even do the bath or brush my teeth or anything. I just fell asleep. One vehicle just went by. 3:47 in the morning. Anyway, uh, I'm trying not to be too loud because there is people asleep. What's up, Spray Can? What's up? How you doing, Spray Can? How you doing and where you from? Can you not spray me, please? Well, you're the Spray Can, bro. You're the sprayer. I'm not the sprayer. You're the sprayer. Ay, ay, ay. Don't be spraying the spray can. Let's see. Mr. Expat. Yeah, I got up. I fell asleep early and I didn't realize it. Oh, Brian. Yeah, I needed to talk to you. I was trying to do that level 2 short videos. And when I was working on it, YouTube basically has so many restrictions on me. I don't think I'm going to be able to accomplish it. So what I want to do is get with you offline and like 30 minutes. And basically, I could like bring up the stuff that I was going to put in videos, or, if you want to talk about whatever, anything, if anything you have, for like 30 minutes offline through my calendar. On my video description, you can click in there, set up a time, and we can do that for 30 minutes. Because I'm not going to be able to do those videos. I'm gonna have to get rid of that level 2 thing. Or if I delete it now, I could probably like just give you a refund on that level 2. What else? Yeah, because I'm gonna get rid of it eventually. Because I was trying to make the videos last night, and there's just too many restrictions. I can't be saying what I want to say, unfortunately, in there. But on that, when you go to that calendar link through my video description, my video page on the front, that will set up a video call between me and you that we can do through that calendar. I don't really still find out. I'll change membership later. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got that set up for coaching. The coaching, I have my regular rate on, but I discount it for people. Whatever people need, really. You know, because there's some people in some countries that can't pay, but they don't make but like $10 a day. So, or some people just need discounts for whatever reason. Maybe they have a lot of debt or whatever. So I have a regular rate, but I don't mind giving discounts. And let me see what Spray Can is saying. Spray Can says he's Dutch. And how did you make a membership? Do you have a channel, Spray Can? I have no school tomorrow. I'm going in Monday. Yep. Yeah, it's on the channel page. All my links are there. Facebook, Instagram, and the calendar thing. And the calendar thing's pretty neat. Do videos through there. Like, I think the app is called cow.com, but I don't think you have to. I don't know if you have to install it or what. I don't think so. I don't believe you do. Trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think anybody hasn't had to do that. I don't believe. Let's see. Who's this? Water? What's up, Water? How's it going, man? Even I'm by a highway, and even at 3:52 in the morning, there's still a vehicle coming by here in the Philippines. Greetings from Belgium. Awesome, bro. Hold on, Belgium? Yeah, it's Belgium. Are you originally from Belgium, or I know they have a lot of immigrants that go into Belgium. Are you are you originally from another country? Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to travel to Europe. I've been wanting to, but I was in the military, U.S. Army, but I didn't get to then either. Or can you leave at level 2, but a different topic style? Um, Trying to remember there. Yeah, I think I can change it. Yeah, I think I can maybe put something totally different in there. Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can edit. I can't edit the price, but I can edit. Yeah, the topic. You know, the information. Yep. They just don't. That's the only restriction they have is I can't edit the price. I remember that. Yep. Witcher says 100% Belgium, Flemish, born in Sorry, my understanding of languages and stuff like that is very bad. I'm very accepting of countries and people and everything, but I suck at you know outside of our American language. You know, I've been trying to learn Spanish for like 20 something years. That's how bad I am. Brian says, I choose that level because it's a bump for you. Oh, okay. Just trying to be a nice guy. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. And I'm surprised, waiting for that truck to pass by, a big truck went by. I'm surprised that I have people in here this quick. I just been in here not very long, in this live. And so I didn't know if I was going to have to like wait a couple minutes or not. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, Philippines or whatever, just let me know. Brian, he's from Texas, and Wouter is from Belgium. And it looks like you're maybe about our age. And I don't know about Bruges, Flemish Bruges. I think I need to get an education on Belgium. Yeah. Yep, I don't know a lot about Belgium. Let's see, Brian. And who else is in here? Spray Can was in here. I don't know where he's from, but he must be young. He says he has school. No school tomorrow. Okay. Let's see. Chris Stray Chan says, "Hey, I play. What do you play?" Hey, I play. Hey, Chris, where you from? How you doing? Wouter says, never mind about Spanish. Even Clint Eastwood said, no habla in Heartbreak Ridge. No habla. Yeah, you know what? You just reminded me. I've been meaning to watch Heartbreak Ridge, and I haven't watched it. Clint Eastwood's one of my favorites. I've seen, Gene Hackman is actually my favorite actor, when he did that movie. What was it? Pale Rider? Or no, Unforgiven. Unforgiven. Gene Hackman was the bad guy who just passed away not long ago. They're both about 90 something years old. Let's see. Chris says guitar. How are you? Oh, okay. You're playing the guitar. Hey, I play guitar. Oh, this is Chris. Maybe it's Chan. Are you Asian? How are you? Let's see. Brian says, I'm watching news about the Middle East. Trump. Christie? Really? Everybody was like rooting for Christie on the, Republic. I'm independent, but what's up, Max Ryder? Max Ryder's in the house from California. We got someone here from Belgium. Belgium. And that's Wouter. And Wouter, Max is over here from California. Brian's from Texas. Chris, I'm not sure where Chris is from, who plays guitar. Chris says Gene Hackman's underrated. Yeah, I thought he was awesome. Oh, you're from Scotland. Okay, cool. Vibration Light says, what's up, McGee? And John is Vibration Light. He's from Illinois. Yeah, I fell asleep, and I didn't even know I fell asleep last night. You've done that before, right? Chris, thank you for subbing me. I appreciate that. But I ask to please watch at least one of my long videos, because I have a lot of people sub me and then they don't even check out any of the long videos. So please watch at least one. I have hundreds. Wouter says, "Oh yes, forgiven that bad sheriff." Yeah, exactly. He was great at bad guy. Chris Strachan. Chris Strachan from Scotland. Oh, okay, my bad. I just saw the Chan at the end. I was like, maybe he's Chinese. I don't know. I don't even think YouTube works in China, though. I don't believe so. But, of course, Chinese are everywhere. But anyway, Scotland, thank you for coming in. Scotland, thank you for representing Scotland. I love having the opportunity to have people from different countries all around the world. I wish I could have one from every country. But I think North Korea would just have one guy, that leader, because he wouldn't let anybody else be in here. Sounds pretty Scottish to me. Yeah, the whole name does. Yeah. I'll catch you. Okay, Brian. Stay safe, bro. Stay awesome. I sub you. Thank you, Chris. Let's see. Wouter says, by the way, I'm from you were born in 1967? I was born in 72. So yeah. Both in our 50s. Chris says, will do. Scottish whiskey is awesome. I've always had American whiskey. I don't know if I've had any Scottish whiskey. Is there a certain brand you can tell me about? I'll check it out. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to look bad to the Europeans when I say this. I don't drink a lot, I'll drink some every now and then, but I'm not a big drinker, but I do like whiskey. So if there's a Scottish whiskey you can recommend, I'll try it out. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Irish whiskey is far better than Scottish. Okay, what do you recommend there? Let's see. In Angeles? No. I've been to Angeles twice. I'm not in Angeles. I'm in an island named. I keep stopping because we're having vehicles go by on this highway. It's even worse whenever there's here, I'll show you. When actually the sun comes up, it's going to be worse, a lot worse. Sucks. But no, I'm not in Angeles. I'm in an island called Mindoro. It's just below It's just below Bantangas. Bantangas and Luzon. Yeah, guys, if y'all have any questions about Philippines, feel free to ask. I put coach on my name, but I don't, I'm not trying to. Basically, if you need me to talk to you for free, that's fine, you know, offline, whatever helps people. But I'm just trying to survive, and you'll see that in my videos. You'll see I'm living off about $300 a month, you know. Right now it's been closer to about $350 a month lately. Looter says, oops, just having a drink of Coke with Tendai. See, I don't even know that very good. I don't even know if I've even had that drink. Check out some of Mike's videos. I'm surprised you were able to put that link up, bro. I appreciate it, Max. Sardino says, have you slept already, Mike? Or not slept? Yeah. I accidentally fell asleep about 10 o'clock. And then I woke up about an hour ago and I got caught up with the news, what's going on a little bit with the whole conflict that's going on. Yeah, what do y'all think about that? Thanks again, Max. Max is awesome. He's originally, Filipino. I don't know if he wants me to say that. Yeah, but I don't know if he wants me to talk. So I try not to say too much. But yeah, and over in California. Let's see. Sardino said, oh yeah, have I slept yet? Yeah, I already slept. I woke up early, you know. A lot of times I don't need but like 4 or 6 hours sleep. I don't know about you guys. Well, how much sleep do y'all need? Faye Viral says, hello everyone. How are you? Hey Faye Viral, how you doing? Where you from? BC says Jameson, Brush Mills, Middleton, Powers, some of the most popular ones. Oh, okay. I'll do a screenshot and try to check those out. Appreciate it, BC. John, which is Vibrational Light, says, where do most expats usually live in the Philippines? Most expats live either Angeles City, BGC. That's a good question because nobody's ever asked me that. But yeah, Angeles City and BGC. Trying to think if there's anywhere else. I'd say those are the top two. Of course you can Google AI that or whatever, but from my experience of going around half of the Philippines, yeah, that's what I would say. I know a few that live down in Davao City. Oh, Cebu. I forgot about Cebu. Yeah. Yeah, Cebu would probably be right there close to BGC. Angeles City, I saw a lot there, but I don't know if I think a lot of them are tourists. But those are the top three. Yeah, I'd say those are the top three. Cebu, Angeles City, and BGC. And I would think they're probably pretty close tied. BGC might be I don't know. Like I said, there was a lot in Angeles City. So I think they're pretty close as far as numbers go. And then in Cebu, you have the IT park. So a lot of foreigners live over there. And when we say foreigners, there is a lot of foreigners from Korea, China, yeah. You know, anyway, let me catch up here. And you said expats, yeah, okay. Let's see. Hobie, how you doing, man? It's been a while. Didn't you get your money from YouTube? How much did you get from YouTube? He's straight out. He's like, show me the money. Yeah, I did get my money from YouTube. I'm making I'm making money three ways. I'm making some money through coaching. I'm making some money through you guys, which I appreciate all your support. Anybody that wants to do any supers, I have it, and I know Max has done the most. Yeah. And also YouTube ads. And so, as far as YouTube ad money, I made about $150 for my first month. Some of that rolled over from February, so I had a small amount in February. Waiting for all that noise to pass by. Okay, so I had a small amount in February. If you don't make at least $100 in a month, then it will roll over. So the payment that I receive for ads is around $150. And then outside of, I'm trying to remember, outside of that, you could add about another $100 for coaching and chat payment. Oh. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's hard for me to remember. I might be off a little bit on that because I wasn't expecting to talk about that. I wasn't planning on talking about it. I didn't have the numbers written down, and plus I'm just waking up. But it's going to be something similar to that, yeah. And then BC says red breast and Dunnaville are lovely. And since I'm living off about $300 and $350 a month, basically that's close, right? If I can make about $250 a month, then that means I only have to use about $100 of my savings. So, BC says red breast and Dunnaville are lovely. I tried. Okay, cool. I'll do a screenshot of that too. I appreciate the feedback. Also, on my videos, man, if they suck and they need fixing, I like feedback on that too. Matt's Ryder says, say what you want, Mikey. That felt loud. I'm an open book. Oh, okay. That's good to know. I mean, a lot of Filipinos are not like that, They're very humble over here. They're very humble, more secretive, stuff like that, especially the women. Faye says, check your background for a snake. Okay. I've never seen a snake in the Philippines. I've been here almost 3 years, but okay. Wooter says, okay, Tandvai, Superior 12 years. Okay. BC says, I tried a bottle of Jack Daniels, apple, liked it. Would it be nice to have in the summer with some rice? Yeah, one thing that I had not long ago that was really good, Crown Royal Peach. Max, what about you, Max? I normally don't talk like this because I'm normally got some Philippine kids that pop in, but they're all in school and everything. So I normally don't talk a lot about things like this is usually stays on a family level. That's why I added that membership level, so to not have it family. But anyway, what about you, Max? What do you drink? Wooter says, Mike, I am a Cebu fan. Oh, okay. I just talked to a guy in Cebu that, yeah, he's a foreigner, just moved over here. We talked about an hour and a half last night. I'm a Cebu fan. Just brought my 7 ticket for next to May. Okay, so basically, are you talking about May this year, or are you talking about May next year? Which we're in March, so April, May. You're talking about like 2 months from now? I know some people in Cebu, and that was like my first place that I went to was Cebu. I have a video that I have a video about Cebu that basically I give my thoughts of the time that I spent there, in case you want to look at it. Let's see. Go to look at the background. Okay. Well, I mean, most spiders. Now I got that there. Maybe you're talking about that camera that's not hooked up. This isn't my place. I'm actually living here. It's zero cost except for the electric bill, and our electric bill is really cheap. I'm thinking about doing a video about that. I wish I could get rid of these vehicles. That's part of the thing that sucks about living here is the freaking traffic. I mean, this is freaking 4 o'clock in the morning. I still got traffic out here on this highway. So, Mike, let's see. Hobby says that's what I told you to do on ads around 100, 200. Yeah, exactly. Hubby says, thank you for being so honest with those figures. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to remember though. I can't give you exact. I have to look at it again. But yeah, I think it's like everything together. I think came out to about 250. I basically look at it this way. I think I could do about $200 a month. This is my first month. Max was super nice. What's his name? Ozzy. Ozzy was super nice. So, and then there was a guy that I helped before that I told him he didn't even have to pay and he gave me money. But anyway, BC says it is cheap to live over there. Oh yeah, it's very cheap. Yeah, you want to live. If you want to cheap, if you want to live cheap, you're probably going to spend about $500 a month. Max says I like to sip on cognac. I can't even say it. Cognac to wind down, but younger days, anything goes. Yeah, back in the younger days, I used to have all that cheap stuff, man. That freaking Boone's Farm is what we had. We had Cisco, we had Mad Dog. But I haven't really had what you had there, man. I don't know. It's probably like expensive. I'm gonna screenshot it though and try it out. Cognac, I think is what they call it, or something like that. Anyway, Hobie says you should start that business you were talking about before. Spend a few hours on it. It will start rolling. Start something takes time. It will take a few months to get going. Yeah, it's something I'm definitely working on. Yeah, actually, that business, digital marketing, I might have my first client already. I was talking to yesterday about it. Um, but man, I hate this freaking noise. Anyway, what I wanted to say to digital marketing, I've been studying this for like 2 years. It's not something that I just started learning. The only problem is I haven't been able to get any work in it. And so I've been studying it for 2 years. I've got like a bunch of certifications through Google. I've been doing some simulation testing, which is sort of like doing work but not getting paid for it. Yeah. But I've got someone that might be giving me some work. I'm going to do it super cheap for them, just so I can get some work under my belt. I'm sorry, man. I know the noise is not very loud to you guys, but it's very loud to me being by this highway. I'm trying to get up to Manila. My expenses are going to increase by going there, but I'm going to have better signal. I'm not going to have the brownouts. My girlfriend, she's planning on working at the call center again like she used to. So she's got a lot of experience with it. Her English is better than mine, the Filipina. Max says a lot of that traffic might be the vendors heading to open the market, and the big trucks and buses. It's a big highway that goes all the way around Manila. I mean, I've ridden on those buses quite a few times myself, going down to Boracay, going down to Manila, to the ferry, to the ports. And so I've got to enjoy those buses. Vibrational Light says, I was in Cebu in 2019. Oh, I didn't know you, I didn't know that. I don't know what that was. That was really loud. It sort of sounded like a really loud trike. I'm not positive. Let's see. Okay, I didn't realize that you had been over here. Maybe you told me, John. I don't remember. I do remember you're up in Illinois, so. Took a pic. Okay. Yeah, I did a picture, I think it was in Baguio and also Manila. I haven't seen that statue, though, you're talking about. I don't remember it. Stayed at a really nice hotel in Lapu-Lapu. This is back when I was spending over $1,000 a month. Maybe I should go for a walk. I was going to try to have a snack while we were talking, though. Carrie, what's up? How you doing, Carrie? I'll try to do a walk if we have time. I have no place to put this freaking phone. Here, I'll put it on my water right now. There we go. Carrie is country kind of crazy. She's over in Kentucky. How you doing, Carrie? And Max, y'all have something in common, by the way. Some of that green stuff, you know. Let me see what she says here. Hi, Mike. There was a big earthquake this morning. A lot of coastlines are expecting tsunamis. Keep your head on swivel and escape if you need it. Okay, I'll look into that. The red moon thing, I looked into. There was people doing videos that were trying to scare people on that, though. It wasn't true. I looked into it. Where they were saying there was going to be earthquakes and tsunamis and stuff like that during the red moon. And yeah. It's a bunch of people make up these videos and they get a bunch of views on it. So they're making money from it. Sometimes maybe religion is like that, you know? Maybe those people are, creating a religion to make money. All right. But yeah, I'll look into this one as well. Max says Manila will give you a variety of content. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Max. I mean, I stayed in Manila for over a year. The last time I was up there was about 3 months ago. I had a lot of content then that I did. And yeah, and that's another great thing, being able to get that content. And it would be easier to do lives because I won't have the problem with the internet. Right now, I think is a good time because a lot of people are asleep right now, so they're not using the internet right now. So I think, it's a good time for me to be on the internet because it's 4:20 in the morning. Yeah, 4:20. Vibrational Light says 3 times. Oh, wow. I remember, John, you said you have the woman here. I think you were about to marry her, or did you already marry her? I'm trying to remember. Man, I haven't had any coffee this morning, so. And yeah, I think you're about to marry her. Y'all been in a relationship for a while. You're looking at coming over to marry her, I believe. I can't remember. All right, Carrie says it was off the coast of Russia and one of the largest earthquakes ever recorded. Yeah, I'll have to check into that. And Wooter says I was in Cebu in November with Typhoon Tino. How was it? How was it, man? Was it bad? November. Are you talking about last? Hold on. I don't remember the names, but I remember. Well, let's see. November there was a typhoon in Cebu. Yeah, that was the one that destroyed that Jollibee up in Bogo, right? Or was it an earthquake? I don't know. There's always stuff like that happening out here, though, right? And the worst areas have the worst times. That's why I say if it bothers you, try not to live in the worst areas. 260 casualties. That's quite a bit. Was that last year? Yeah, I remember we had quite a few stuff going on. Cebu was bad. Yeah, Cebu was bad. My friend lives over there in that area, and they got hit really hard with the earthquake, the typhoon. I think the earthquake was the worst, though, according to him, the way he acted. It was last November. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even close to there. I'm over in Mindoro, which is close to Bantangas. So, yeah, we didn't have hardly anything, man. You know, we had a very very small amount of bad weather over here. Very 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 small. But a lot of people like Cebu. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's got a lot of nice stuff there. Like I said, the IT park's there, Ayala Mall. Y'all been there. But and then you got the mall by the water and all that, and it's a nice place. But it's I like other places a lot better. Let's see, in the Philippines. John says, I'm married to a Filipina. Had to go back to the U.S. to take care of my mom. Okay, yeah. Now, I couldn't remember if y'all got married or not, but okay. Yeah, I remember something like this. Let's see. But like I said before, I'm going back to, yeah, I remember you saying you're coming back over here. Wutu or coming over here. I just can't remember everything. Wooter says yes, but the Typhoon Tino struck also hard on Negros around the Libertad. Yeah, I think around Rojas over that way. I remember they got some too. Um, I'm trying to remember this very good. I remember I was either in Manila or Mindoro at the time, one of those areas. I think I was in Manila actually. You know what? Yeah, this was November. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I was up in Manila and I was very busy. I was doing a lot of recording and a lot of stuff. And I remember them talking about there was some bad typhoon down around the Cebu area, but I wasn't keeping track of it. I wasn't keeping track of it because I was having a good time for one, and plus I was recording. I mean, yeah. Eating these raisins, by the way, got them for like about $1. Yeah, about $1 for this pack, California raisins. But well, that traffic's going to be picking up worse and worse, man. It's about 4:30. You know what? I'm going to try to head out over to the ocean and do some recording over there by the ocean because since I'm up so early, before it gets hot today, I figured I could go in the morning, wake Eve up, my girlfriend, try to wake her up. Say, let's go. But I'll probably let her sleep another hour though. Wooder says 5 days after the typhoon, we went to Manila and another mini typhoon hit. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff hitting. I remember. You know, yeah, there was a lot of stuff hitting. Basically, what I wanted to say was I know I missed a typhoon when I went up to Manila. This traffic is really bugging me. But I missed a typhoon when I went up to Manila. And then when I came back, I think I missed a typhoon when I got to Mindoro. I don't know. I'm like super lucky when it comes to weather. You know, extremely lucky. I've been through hardly like nothing at all. I remember Baguio was like the worst I saw, and that was hardly anything. That was some wind that was blowing with some water, and I was up in the mall, and they kept trying to mop up all the water at the mall because all the wind and water that was blowing. And I didn't even know it was a typhoon. I'm like, oh, we're having some bad weather today. And then somebody told me, yeah, it's a typhoon. So I didn't even realize it. I don't even hardly keep track of a lot of things out here because a lot of it is like, you know, trying to exaggerate and trying to create drama and trying to create, you know, crap that is ridiculous, you know? So I don't even pay attention to a lot of it. But, you know, if you have something big, then I pay attention. Sort of like football. I don't never watch football unless the Super Bowl is on. Then I want to watch that, you know, because that's the big game, you know, which I didn't even watch this last time. John says, I've been to Manila. Let's see, hold on. John says, I've been to Manila, Cabal. I'm like, why are they blowing the horn, man? Nobody's up at 4:30 in the morning. I guess they're trying to sell some soup or something. I don't know. Let's see. I've been to Manila. Hold on. I think that's Cabal? Kubi? Davao City and General Santos and Mindanao. Hold on, you're talking about, damn it, Cebu. Maybe you're talking about Cebu. Yeah, I think you're talking about Manila, Cebu, Davao City, General Santos. Okay. Dated a girl from General Santos. I have not been there. Davao City, I have not been to. I just got friends over there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. I haven't been to Mindanao at all. Of course, I've been to Cebu and Manila. And then Wooter says, at Mike, may I ask if your girlfriend is doing graveyard shifts at the call center? She did. She's not working right now. She's trying to get back into working at the call center. So she doesn't have a job right now. She's trying to get a job again. But yeah, when she did call center, she had to work the graveyard shift. Carrie says even the U.S. coastlines are on high alert. Selling panda saw. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is panda saw. Yeah. I'm usually not up this early, but I used to buy panda saw at freaking 5 o'clock in Quezon City. Yeah. Of course, the guy, he didn't have to do that. We knew where he was. He was over by 7-Eleven. Anyway, I mean, I love panda saw. I sort of wanted to run out there and get some, but let's see. Lily says, hello, sir. Mikey Mike from Philippines watching here in Oman. But it's so early, man. I don't know, man. 4:30 in the morning. I'm sure people are up. They're getting ready to do their farming. They're getting ready to open up the sorry stores and all that. Doing chores. Lily says, I'm sorry. Let me think. Hello, sir. Mike right from Philippines watching here in Oman. Okay, Oman. I don't know much about Oman. I think that's Middle East. Uh, but anyway, welcome, Lily. Good to see you. Am I right? I don't know. Let's see. I'm at Cebu. Yeah. You put Cube. I'm like, he might be. I thought you were talking about Cabal at first, over in Manila, part of Quezon City, where Max is originally. Well, I don't know if he's originally from there, but yeah, he's originally from Bataan, but he's got a place over there. Since you said you're transparent, Max, I just said Max got a place over in Quezon City. Anyway, so I mean, if you guys want to do a game right now where I like am thinking of a word and I give y'all clues to figure out the word, put game in here. We'll do that. I did a cooler game the other day. I had it prepared, but I don't have anything prepared right now. That's up to you guys. If not, we could just sit here and talk about stuff. Oh, I need to turn the freaking chat filter to all messages, by the way, because if you don't do that, and that's everybody, you guys, down there on the gear shift, you select that, select all messages. That way you don't miss what people say in chat. Anyway, who's got a YouTube channel in here besides me? I think Country Kind of Crazy. I haven't seen you post anything lately, but yeah, you got a channel, right? The only reason I would know if somebody has a channel if I go to subscribe to them, and I think I did with her, and then it will come up, in my feed. But I have to have notifications on. So if I don't, I mean, I want to support you guys too, I don't want to just get y'all's support. That's what I try to do, like support each other kind of stuff, These are really good over here in the Philippines. Wafers, mocha bars. Of course, they have different flavors, but I like this one. I'm about ready for coffee too, man. I need to wake up. She said, even in the U.S., coastlines are high alert for a tsunami. You know about this, Max? You know about the tsunami warning? And John, the people in the U.S.? I heard about that guy over in Austin, Texas. The whole Muhammad, Allah, and all that stuff, don't see any comments coming in. There's no comments coming in. I don't know if anybody's typing. But yeah, I try to watch some of the news, try to figure out what's going on. And the only thing I know is I heard about the dude in Austin, Texas. They said it was sort of like some kind of, terrorism thing because he was wearing a shirt about loving Allah or Muhammad or whatever. And that's really only big thing I've heard. Now Kerry is talking about this tsunami thing over in the US. There is no messages coming in right now. I don't know why, but maybe we're just listening, maybe? I don't know. That's cool. Let's see. Hello, man. What's up, man? How you doing, Louis? Louis finally came in. Hey, Louis, where you from? He says, hello, man. He must be Jamaican. What's up? What's up, man? How you doing, man? Yeah, Louis, I'm over here in the Philippines, man. It's like freaking early as crap, and I'm waiting for the sun to come out. CUR244. Do you watch the U.S. news politics over there? I don't have a TV. I don't use a TV. I don't really watch a TV. Sometimes I'm around a TV and I really don't even care about even watching the TV. When I get around a TV, like at a hotel or whatever, I really don't care about it. But I do use YouTube, Facebook, and I look at whatever news highlights are on YouTube and Facebook. That's what I check. I did yesterday go on to AI and told it to tell me what the big news was for the US. I did that yesterday, and it started telling me, talking to me. That's cool. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. But I'm not like a religious news politics kind of guy. I would think. Hey, Jolene, I see you popping in while I'm reading the last message from CUR244. I would think being that far away would be nice because you would pay less attention to it. Exactly. Exactly, Brian. I mean, when you're out walking on a beach, you're not thinking about watching news and listening to news and all that kind of crap. I mean, that's just an example, talking about the beach. But yeah, I mean, you're out here hanging out with people, having some brew, stuff like that, same thing. Jolene says, what are you doing up so early? I know. I fell asleep early, Jolene. It was like, I think about 10 o'clock. I didn't even realize it. I didn't even plan it. I didn't take my bath. I didn't brush my teeth. Nothing. I just fell asleep like old man school style, Usually somebody that happens to is either usually they're old or they worked their butt off that day. And I didn't work my butt off that day. So I guess it's because I'm old. Louis says, what city in the Philippines do you think has the most beautiful Pinays? Ooh, wow. That's a loaded question right there, man. It depends on what you like. Some people like light skin. Some people like dark skin. Some people like Chinese eyes. Some people like big eyes, whatever. So that depends. But as far as myself, hold on, I got all this noise. See, if I bring this over here, Y'all can see how loud the noise is, but it's worse for me. It's bugging me. But for me, I would say personally, Mindanao, Bicol, the Bicol region, the Mindanao Island, and the island of or Ilo, that area. Yeah, that's my favorite. Those three. But yeah, it depends on what you like, man. CUR says so much to do there outdoors. That would be great. So much cheap entertainment. Yeah, definitely. Do a lot of people blank over here? Um, Smoke over here. I guess I could say that. I know when I was in Japan, a lot of people did. Now you got to tell me what you're talking. Smoking what? Yeah, that's what I need to know. You're talking about smoking. See, I'm trying to be careful because freaking kids and everything. But yeah, what are they smoking? Louis says the most beautiful panais I've seen was in Zamboanga City. I think that's in Mindanao, right? I believe so. And I have met one from there, from that city. I just saw that, John. Cigs. Okay. You know, it's funny you say that. I hardly ever see cigarettes around, but guess what I see this morning? I got a bunch of teenagers that have been staying here, and I noticed that right there. Cigarettes. Do you see a lot of cigarettes? No, not really. Not much. No. Usually it's going to be like a trike driver will smoke a cigarette. I've never seen a woman smoke a cigarette. I mean, I'm not saying they don't. I mean, I've never seen it. Maybe there's a woman over here somewhere that smokes a cigarette. They're very ladylike here, you know. You'll see them wearing dresses, stuff like that. I'm sure there's some out here. You know, I'm not saying they don't, but I have never seen a Filipina smoke a cigarette. That's wild. Oh, I know they do. Now that I think about it, yeah, I know they do. It's usually like in the bars, that kind of stuff. My problem is I don't go to bars. I don't do bars. But yeah, yeah, I, I've heard people talking. By talk. Um, Trying to remember. Trying to think about the cigarette thing. Um, you don't see a lot. There's a lot more that over in the U.S., especially smoking whatever. You know, a lot more. Um, John says beauty comes in all races, so does ugly. Yeah, you're right. Louis says, have you been to Berlin, Germany? No, I haven't. Dang, everybody is smoking over all ages. Yeah. You know, these kids remind me of the kids whenever I was back in the 80s and I moved out to the country. I grew up in the city, but my last 2 years, I was out in the country in high school. And we all partied. And yeah, beer and smoke and everything. And that's how these kids are out here in this country area. Yeah. I mean, there's church ones too, you know. I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think these guys go to church. Either you have the church ones or you have the wild ones. I think most are church ones. But yeah, we have some wild ones here that come in here. Vibrational Light says Latin women. Hold on, I think I missed something. Louis. Louis says, I do not get a rush or assimilated interacting with bar girls. Yeah, me either. I prefer interacting them in coffee shops. Same here. Shopping malls puts me on the hot seat. Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, I'm gonna tell people, don't mess with them bar girls. All they're gonna do is get your money. You know, it's funny. I was walking around Malate, and those bars were closing up, and I was outside walking around, and they would pass by you, and usually girls will like give me attention, but they didn't give me any kind of attention. And I wanted to see how pretty they were, right? I wanted to see how pretty they were coming out of the bars, so I'm like looking at their face, but they wouldn't even look at me, give me any attention at all. Yeah, yeah, don't mess with those, man. You're just throwing away money, and they don't care about you or nothing, you know. CUR244 says, what's your rejection? Hold on, let me see if I missed something. Yeah, I did miss something. I did not get rushed. John says, Latin women are beautiful, but very controlling. That's why I ended up with a Filipina. I'm gonna tell you, I had the opposite experience, John. I was married to a lady from Ecuador, and she was not controlling. No, she was a wonderful lady, not controlling. So I'm gonna give you that as a different experience. But yeah, Asian women even seem to be more submissive, yeah, than the Spanish women, Latin women. CUR says, what's your rejection rate like with the ladies over there? And the US, it seems to be about 90%. Really? 90%? Back when you were dating, I mean. Oh, okay. 90%. That's crazy. Hold on, let me think about it. Tio Chong, what's up, man? How you doing? Where you from? John says, I'm sorry, talking about Puerto Rican women. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, Puerto Rican women are different. they're Americanized for one thing. You know, I don't know, man. You got some flavor with those type. My rejection rate. Let me try to think of this. In the U.S., for me, it was probably rejected by women, maybe 50%. You know, but I hardly did any dating in the U.S. You know, and most of the dating I did was a long time ago. You know, so I'd say maybe about 50% for the U.S. for me. And then over here, it's been about rejection has been about maybe 5%. Yeah, about 5%. Yeah, it's a big difference. Let's see. John says, "I'm sorry." Talking about the Puerto Rican women. I mean, what's it like in the Philippines? Okay, okay, I got you. Yeah, I'd say about 5% has been my rejection rate in the Philippines. And it sort of surprises me that even 5%, because when you have such a high rate, you think you're never going to be rejected. You know, that's how it feels. You think you're never going to be rejected whenever you don't have it. No, no, I'm going to say maybe 10%, somewhere between 5 and 10. Now that I think about everybody, I've been on, I've met dozens of girls here, so I've dated a lot. So, yeah, it's hard to remember everybody. Louis says, I visited Louis says, I visited family in Mexico and the province. I'm native Spanish speaker. Yeah, I agree, man. To me, you're right about the language, the Spanish language. Yeah, very right. I like Spanish language and Italian language the best. Louis says a Mexican lady even paid for my taxi cab to pick me up and take to a party she was at. Mexican lady paid for the taxi cab to pick me up and take me to a party she was at. Wow, that's cool. John says I dated a Filipina in the U.S., but she was Americanized for me. That's the problem, man. You know, environments create people. That's always been my belief. Environments create people. Not totally. You can create yourself, but if you're a person that was born in, say, packet, hold on, India, yeah. Say you were born in India, you're probably going to become a Hindi, right? It's so freaking loud out here. Let's see what's going on out here. I hear a gate opening. Oh, I see. It's the next door neighbor. They're about to start that business, I guess, at 5 o'clock in the morning. Sounds dramatically different. Had to be shocking at first to so rarely get rejected. Yeah, to go from like 50% to 5%, yeah, of rejection. I was amazed. I mean, and it's not only the rejection, it's also the looks. The looks over here are ton better. Over in the US, people are out of control. They're gaining so much weight. You look at the pictures of the ladies in the US back in the 70s compared to today, it's going to be a lot different. Back in the 70s and 80s, it was just different. So I'm gonna jump off here in about 1 minute because the noise is starting to get worse. People are waking up, and my Wi-Fi is horrible in there. I live free here. It doesn't cost me anything except for to pay electricity. That's the only reason I'm staying here. But Louis says, and I'm hoping to move soon. See, well, the truck just went by. Had to be shocking at first. Louis says, I'm not a native Tagalog speaker, but I believe it's very fun and flirty like Spanish. Yeah, well, a lot of Spanish is in Tagalog. Okay. Maybe English is not that sexy of a language. Let's see, where are you thinking of moving to? All right, I'm gonna get out of here after I answer this question. I'm gonna be going up to Manila. Yeah, Manila Metro. Soon, very soon. So I'll be in the city, thank goodness. I mean, that sounds weird that out here in the middle of nowhere, but I'm right by a highway. It sucks, and I'm tired of it. And I keep telling my girlfriend that. So yeah, we're trying to get up there. She's trying to get the call center job. and we get up to Manila. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Y'all, I appreciate your time. Appreciate y'all coming in, doing a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Peace out.